This is Ben Love, editor of Tiger Rag Magazine, anchoring our coverage, BBI and Tiger Rag's coverage of the LSU versus Kentucky game. We're not going to break down the LSU offense and defense versus Kentucky offense and defense because really it shouldn't be a ball game Saturday. So instead, what we use this podcast for is kind of giving you an update on where the LSU team is at and some of the new pieces, namely Jordan Jefferson, that are re-entering the fray Saturday. On the offensive line, that's where we'll start. A lot of injuries last game. Alex Hurst suffered a concussion at right tackle, missed the entire second half. He's expected to be back at that spot. Chris Falk played a lot more at left tackle than I think they wanted him to last game, but he had to with the Falk injury. So Falk looks like he'll be back, though, back from kind of a foot-ankle injury. So expect him on the left tackle, and that'll leave Greg Shaw as a backup again on Saturday. At guard, T-Bob Hebert, looks like he will be back, although he's the biggest question of all the injured guys so far, dealing with the sprained MCL. So at left guard, if he can go, expect T-Bob. If not, Will Blackwell will probably scoot over from his right guard spot to left, and then Josh Williford will take over at right guard. So far, P.J. Lonergan has been the constant. Hasn't been injured yet at center, so that's a look at the offensive line. In this game, I would expect Greg Shaw. If they're not going to redshirt Leo Collins, then Leo Collins, as well as probably Williford and Matt Branch to eventually get some time, maybe even Ben Domang in center in the second half of this Kentucky game. At quarterback, people want to know about Jordan Jefferson. It's the hot-button topic. Jefferson, from what we've heard, has been splitting second-team reps since he came back Thursday with Zach Mettenberger. Kind of the way I've been looking at it is if there's an injury early in the game, I'm not so sure they're going to probably turn it over to Mettenberger. He's the guy that's been in practice, been in the film room, has a little bit of game experience this year. So if that were to happen to Jared Lee, I would look for Mettenberger early. However, considering this is Kentucky and not Florida, not Alabama, I do expect Jefferson to play some in the second half. I know that he's still getting some conditioning under him, getting some film study back. He hasn't been doing that for 5 weeks, so there's a lot that Jefferson has yet to kind of regain and relearn. But I expect him to get in there, solidify the fact that he won't be a redshirt candidate as he does graduate this December, and get himself ready for the rest of the year when he becomes a lot of that backup and the alternative changeup that Jared Lee was for much of 2010. So that's a look at some of the pieces that are coming back. Please give us a look on the blog right here. Let us know if you have questions. We'll be happy to respond.